Hello everybody, it's Ellie Diecast. We're back and I hope everybody has had a good holidays and is getting back to normal. We're going to continue looking at these cars that I got from my good friend Peter Kong. And if you saw the last video where we were looking at his cars, we saw some pretty sweet ones. Peter was very attached to his cars that he had when he was a kid, and he had emailed me asking me if he could send the cars to me so that they would have a good home. I said I would gladly take them. But we've decided since that maybe we'll have Peter's cars do a do like another tour of childhood duty. So he was thrilled with that idea. So maybe we'll restore a few of these. We're going to play with them on the track here in some future videos. Andrew is going to inherit a few of these so that they can get some playtime. And I had told Peter about all that and he was thrilled. So you all can participate by leaving messages down below on which of your cars are your favorite, maybe which ones you'd like to see restored or put some real riders on, or we could repaint them. But you all can kind of participate in this, and we'll have some fun with it. This might be something that's ongoing with the show. I know there's always lots of people that have toys and they don't want to get rid of them, but they're grown and they don't have the space, and they just want a good home for their toys, like Toy Story. So today we're going to be looking at the Matchbox cars that were in this case. My attachment with Matchbox cars, one of my favorites. I had super fast when I was a kid. This is the Nissan Prairie, in very good shape, still running good. Put him back there. This one might make my top 20. There was probably about 100 cars in this box. This is the Vauxhall Astra GTE Opel Kadett. It's a GSI. We did a video on this one once, way back in the first 100 videos we did, and we covered the history of this car. And honestly, I don't remember much from it. So, nice car though. This one would be a sweet candidate to restore. I mean, I could see all sorts of things we could do with that one. Anyways, that's a contender. Here's a ladder truck. He is missing his ladder. We've got a Ford Transit. This one was a cool little one when I saw it. I thought it was a Lakers car, but it's Cadbury's Flake, and it's got the Lakers colors, that's for sure. Cool little Ford Transit though. You could do all sorts of things. Repaint that with all that footprint on that thing there. So we've got ourselves an Alfa Romero. What is this? This is an... There you go. These are probably from the 90s. I think most of Peter's cars here are from the 90s and probably from about 2004 down, if I am guessing right. Those wheels, and this is some of the Universal cars. This particular run of Matchbox, which came after the Superfasts, there's some really nice castings in there. Dodge Viper. I think there were a couple Dodge Vipers here. This is an RT10. By the way, this one's Thailand. That'll help some of you. Some of you identify them. Some of you guys that watch the show are so good at immediately telling me the history on these cars. So feel free to jump in. Peter would be thrilled to know where his cars came from, and that'll also help me kind of determine what we should do with some of these. Here is a excavator. It does not have its bucket, but very cool little excavator. Saab 9000 Turbo. That is another one. I have one of these in mint condition, and the door is open on this. Probably about a 90, I'm guessing that's about a 91, 90, something like that. One of the older ones in here. That one's been played with. Ford RS200. By the way, we mentioned it in the last video. Peter had good taste in cars. He had good taste in toys. Here's a Mack auxiliary power truck. There was a lot of these made during this time period. Boy, this one has like 100 variations on it. This one might have come in a 5-pack because I recognize this color and that circle track racer, what is it? Dirt track racer, sprint racer. Okay, sprint track. Doesn't have its big wing. There probably was a big wing on the top of this. I'll show you the bottom if I can remember to do that. I know some of you, when you're identifying them, you want to see the bottom. Here's a transporter vehicle. This one would have had a big plastic missile that came with it. I think I have one of these in the package. There you go. So, by the way, the Matchbox vehicles, the 1995 on the bottom, or 85. Doesn't mean it came out in 85. That's just when the first casting was made. This one we've got quite a few of. This one is in near mint condition, to tell you the truth. It's got a little bit of dings on the front. Little Corvette. Can't read the date on that. It's a 9-something Corvette. This one Andrew saw, and it was one of his favorites. He was all over that one. That ambulance. That is a cool ambulance. I did not commit to giving it to him because this one may be one of the restore candidates. We're gonna have to see what you guys think, but I thought that one was really cool. Well, bottom, and so you guys can help me identify it. It's a Volkswagen Transporter. There you go. This one, was this the only super fast? There might have been another one in here. This is a tractor shovel. This one, I think this particular color pattern was pretty late in the super fast run. It was around the time they were starting to kind of just use the super fast branding because it was on the bottom of the cars already, but they really weren't part of the original super fast line. But you guys can fill me in on that. This one will probably go in my collection. This one we have had fun with in the past. This is the car that my good friend Moods drives in Egypt. You all know Moods. Well, that's what he drives. And this little hatchback back here, by the way, it's a Peugeot 205 Turbo 16. This little back hatch, we originally did cover this in a video. That hatch does open. It's made out of a composite material, and I had joked that you could fit a baby elephant back there, and I said there's no possible way the car really could do that, and Mood sent me pictures of his car, so he said, no, that back opens. I got one. Here's pictures. So here's a Mustang Cobra. We've got a Jeep 4x4, I believe, in pink. It's a cool one. I know some of you will think that might be a contender to restore. I could probably restore about 3 or 4 of these with the, you know, realistically, and fire them back over to Peter as a thank you from our channel. And anything from new paint, we can fix up the old paint on some of these. We could put some real riders on them or keep the wheels, you know, clean them up. We got some options. This one I have a lot of. This was a NSA Mustang. Strange looking car, but the front does open. I don't want to chip the paint. And there you go. Little Peterbilt. I'll show you the bottom on that so you can help me. There you go. This one I thought was a super fast too when I first saw it, but this is one of the last runs of this one. This is the can't read it. I was going to tell you, and I can't read it. But there you go. Not quite as old as it looks, but there's the bottom. This is the 33 Willys Street Rod in white. That one also came in blue and a few other colors. This one is the container truck. I want to say that's the Volvo container truck. It doesn't have the name on the bottom, but I think it's the Volvo container truck. All these cars still roll. We're gonna put them on the track. Sterling. So if you have your favorite that you think is going to win going down the track, you can vote for it. Here is one that is not going to win going down the track, and that is the Model A. With those wheels, he ain't gonna win, but he is in pretty good shape. This one is fairly new. This is well into the 90s, if not into the early 2000s. The Ripper. This one does have opening doors, though. Probably one of the last ones made that has opening doors. And two more, and I saved these two to last. We've got this Jeep, this little camouflage Jeep. This one's a sweet little Jeep. I've seen this before. His roof needs to be lifted on top of this, but I need to get my screwdriver to kind of pry it under there. We'll fix that up. And this was the car that Peter said was his favorite. Now, a little bit of a story. I'd asked Peter to note on a few of these which ones were kind of his favorite cars as a kid. And you know, then I could have a little bit more to go on which ones to fix up. Now this is one that he picked, and I got some plans for this one. I think this one's going to end up back with Peter eventually. It may be a while, but it's going to end up. Now he did request a few things. I think his favorite part of it was the cross on the back. Not to remove the cross. That camouflaging is probably something he likes. I think we could put a better gun on the top of that and still have it move around. I was thinking maybe some real good real riders. The back of the this little Humvee does lift up. Peter fills me in a little bit. He says, this Humvee has been mine since I was in preschool. Do as you will, so long that there's still a medical cross on the back. So we got to keep the medical cross. So we'll see what we can do with that little Humvee. I have a feeling Peter may end up back with that one at some point. So, to wrap things up, obviously, Peter's cars here, we're having a lot of fun with them. We still haven't even gotten to the Hot Wheels. I've got a huge bag of Hot Wheels over here. We're going to restore a few of these. Once I get through all of them, we'll do a track video. Andrew wanted to see what the fastest car out of all these was. So if you want to put your favorites down below on which ones you think are the fastest, be my guest. Also leave anything below as far as your ideas of how we could restore these or fix them up or put some new tires on them or hike up the backs or put blown engines in them or whatever you think, because we'll have some fun with them. So we'll continue looking at Peter's cars here in a future video. Thanks. Bye.